According to Business Insider, the measles, an exceedingly contagious virus that can prompt a high fever,
According to Business Insider, the measles, an exceedingly contagious virus that can prompt a high fever,
rashes, bumps, brain swelling, and even death, is spreading among unvaccinated populations around the globe.
Rashes, bumps, brain swelling, and even death is spreading among unvaccinated populations around the globe.
Unvaccinated people everywhere from Brooklyn, New York to northern Madagascar
Unvaccinated people everywhere from Brooklyn, New York to northern Madagascar
are discovering just how pervasive and contagious the virus can be in the absence of vaccinations.
Are discovering just how pervasive and contagious the virus can be in the absence of vaccinations.
The World Health Organization reports that global case counts are up 300% this year compared with the same time last year.
The World Health Organization reports that global case counts are up 300% this year compared with the same time last year.
In the U.S., the official 2019 case count as of Monday was 626 people, well above 2018's totals of 372 cases for the entire year.
In the U.S., the official 2019 case count as of Monday was 626 people, well above 2018's total of 372 cases for the entire year.
According to Business Insider, the measles, an exceedingly contagious virus that can prompt a high fever, rashes, bumps, brain swelling, and even death, is spreading among unvaccinated populations around the globe. Unvaccinated people everywhere from Brooklyn, New York to northern Madagascar are discovering just how pervasive and contagious the virus can be in the absence of vaccinations. The World Health Organization reports that global case counts are up 300% this year compared with the same time last year. In the U.S., the official 2019 case count as of Monday was 626 people, well above 2018's totals of 372 cases for the entire year.
According to Business Insider, the measles, an exceedingly contagious virus that can prompt a high fever, rashes, bumps, brain swelling, and even death, is spreading among unvaccinated populations around the globe. Unvaccinated people everywhere from Brooklyn, New York to northern Madagascar are discovering just how pervasive and contagious the virus can be in the absence of vaccinations. The World Health Organization reports that global case counts are up 300% this year compared with the same time last year. In the U.S., the official 2019 case count as of Monday was 626 people, well above 2018's total of 372 cases for the entire year.
According to Business Insider, the measles, an exceedingly contagious virus that can prompt a high fever.
According to Business Insider, the measles, an exceedingly contagious virus that can prompt a high fever,
rashes, bumps, brain swelling, and even death, is spreading among unvaccinated populations around the globe.
Rashes, bumps, brain swelling, and even death is spreading among unvaccinated populations around the globe.
Unvaccinated people everywhere from Brooklyn, New York to northern Madagascar are
Unvaccinated people everywhere from Brooklyn, New York to northern Madagascar
are discovering just how pervasive and contagious the virus can be in the absence of vaccinations.
Are discovering just how pervasive and contagious the virus can be in the absence of vaccinations.
The World Health Organization reports that global case counts are up 300% this year compared with the same time last year.
The World Health Organization reports that global case counts are up 300% this year compared with the same time last year.
In the U.S., the official 2019 case count as of Monday was 626 people, well above 2018's totals of 372 cases for the entire year.
In the US, the official 2019 case count as of Monday was 626 people, well above 2018's total of 372 cases for the entire year. Wow.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help build Notre Dame.
The company's CEO Tim Cook announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning.
The company's CEO Tim Cook announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning.
The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence.
The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence.
French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people they will rebuild this cathedral together.
French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people that they will rebuild this cathedral together.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame. The company's CEO Tim Cook announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning. The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence. French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people they will rebuild this cathedral together.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame. The company's CEO, Tim Cook, announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning. The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence. French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people that they will rebuild this cathedral together.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame. The company's CEO Tim Cook.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame.
The company's CEO Tim Cook announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning.
The company's CEO Tim Cook announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning.
The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence.
The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence.
French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people they will rebuild this cathedral together.
French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people they will rebuild this cathedral together.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame. The company's CEO Tim Cook announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning. The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence. French President Emmanuel Macron called the Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people they will rebuild this cathedral together.
According to Business Insider, Apple, one of the richest and most valuable companies on the planet, has pledged its support to help rebuild Notre Dame. The company's CEO, Tim Cook, announced Apple's involvement in a tweet on Tuesday morning. The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is an iconic building, having been constructed in the 12th century and surviving more than 850 years of existence. French President Emmanuel Macron called Notre Dame fire a terrible tragedy, but promised the French people that they will rebuild this cathedral together.
SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday.
SpaceX has Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday.
According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight.
According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket flight.
But one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea.
But one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea.
SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, the safety of our team always takes precedence.
SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, the safety of our team always takes precedence.
We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday. According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight, but one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea. SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, the safety of our team always takes precedence. We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
SpaceX has Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday. According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight, but one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea. SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, but the safety of our team always takes precedence. We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday. According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight, but one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea. SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, the safety of our team always takes precedence. We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
SpaceX has Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday. According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight, but one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea. SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, the safety of our team always takes precedence. We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday.
SpaceX has Falcon Heavy rocket took off on its first commercial flight on Thursday.
According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight.
According to Business Insider, all of the boosters returned to Earth safely after the rocket's flight.
But one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea.
But one booster toppled over after landing on a platform out at sea.
SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, the safety of our team always takes precedence.
SpaceX told The Verge, while we had hoped to bring the booster back intact, but the safety of our team always takes precedence.
We do not expect future missions to be impacted.
We do not expect future missions to be impacted.